Alright, so from the squeaky chair headquarters again, we are going to be doing a repair tonight. So I have this little bit of audio magic here. This is a Mark of the Unicorn 828 Mark III. This is basically a USB and FireWire based digital analog converter for audio, and it does multiple channels, and it does a whole hell of a lot more. It's even got ADAT on it. But even though it's relatively new, it doesn't work. So that's why I ended up with it for no cost, because they would turn it on and, well, nothing would happen. And I can go here actually with the power cable, and plug that in, and if I turn it on, you may hear a relay click, and that's it. Very dim LCD, no text on the display. So yeah, there's definitely a problem with this. Exactly what? Not entirely sure. But once I got the lid off, it was pretty obvious with these two 2216 capacitors over here, which are bulged, and they're made by vent. So at this point here, I consider every cap in the power supply to be no good. So my little project here tonight is I'm going to go and I'm going to change these caps out with whatever I have for equivalents, and if we're lucky, it may work again. If it doesn't work, well, that's no loss. I didn't pay anything for it, and, well, yeah, we'll just pass it on to the next person. So to get this out, I think I need, yeah, just the Phillips. So there's one screw over here. And where are you? There we go. And I do believe the switch connector here is, yeah, it's soldered and glued in. Great. And, oh, it pops out the other way. Okay, cool. So I can't even take this out. So this will kind of stay dependent and stuck with the power supply. There's another one over here. And there's another one over here. And, oh, there's another one right there. Come on. There we go. I'm going to remember how this bridge goes on, because it's got this little bodgy resistor right here. And I'm just going to pry that out because it's actually in a socket. Come on. Alright, and I think it just kind of comes out now. Nope, I'm missing a screw, am I? Is there an extra screw hiding? There is, but it's another type. Hold on, be right back. Okay, so there's another one way the hell down in here, and it's just kind of tying electrical ground to the chassis. I'm not sure how they get half these in here. Alright, come on. Come on. Are you captive? No, you're not. You're just stuck. There. And you know what? I think I can keep that in there. Oh, nope, it fell out. Oh, and it disappeared. Nope, there it is. Okay. So, okay. Is there really no way for me to get this stupid thing out of here besides desoldering it? Alright, fine. We're going to have to desolder that switch, which is these two contacts right here, or connections right there. And it's not making my life easier working on this tiny bench. Alright, well, I guess I'll heat up the iron. And we'll bring that to, let's assume this is lead free. I'm going to bring this up to 680 on the WESD51. And get my desoldering tool ready. Make sure you clean it every time. There we go. Now, while this is heating up here quickly, it's worth pointing out there's a lot of really interesting brands scattered around inside of here. Xilinx over here, Texas Instruments for DSP over here, and then you have brands like Cirrus Logic over here. Huh. I didn't expect Cirrus Logic to be into the chipset business for audio devices, but okay, they seem to be scattered around here, and I believe we're up to temperature now. So, add a bit of fresh solder. Go. There we go. Did that just fall out? No, it didn't. Oh, no, it did. Okay. Okay, power supply is out. I'm going to take this thing out of the way. Alright, so we're onto this, and I'm just going to quickly clear that other hole. Alright, so I got a number of caps here. I know I don't have a replacement for this 33 microfarad 400 volt, but I know I have ones for these. But they're not going to be the right sizes. For example, these tall, narrow 2216s, closest thing I got are these, which are slightly bigger by about 25%. So that's going to be a very tight fit. But let's start with the two 1016s over here. And do I even need heat on fresh solder? Maybe. Yeah, I will. Okay. Also, this is on a huge ground plane, so I'm going to increase my temperature a bit. Let's go to 755 and clean off our tip. Alright, try again. Man, no, it is. Oh no, I got it. Just got to work this one out of here. There. And there's glue all over the place as well, so I want to clean some of that out. You're rolling away on me. Where was I? Over here. It's so crap it all looks the same. Ooh. Almost broke a nail there. That would be a terrible thing to do here. I understand some people don't like long fingernails, and I will agree. Sometimes having excessively long fingernails is gross. Plus, they're also difficult to keep clean. But other times I've found it's nice to have the ability to scratch something or scrape something and just have that fingernail available at a moment's notice. Dirty, sure. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So there's our glue. So that's that 1016 that's out of the way there. And now I can do this one. I don't think I got that second one. Oh, I didn't get either. Okay, fine. Hot iron. $1,016. So there's two of those. And do I even have the right lead diameters? Oh, and they are polarized. Okay, thank God. one. And there's two. Okay, now for the two buggers over here, which are U and U. I may not be saying a whole heck of a lot right now, but that's just mainly because I'm being focused. Sorry, Louis Rossman, you've been doing this long enough that you're able to multitask and talk and bitch at the same time. I'm not. Oh, don't you dare try to lift that trace. Oh no, it's not lifting the trace. Is it? I can't tell. Oh, there we go. Okay. And you're pretty loose. Okay. There. Yeah, so this one here was actually getting ready to blow out from the bottom. Sorry folks, no zoom. Just go zoom here. It was popping out from the top, blowing out from the bottom. These two caps, they were no good. Did I say these were vent? No, I'm sorry. These are TPO. You know what TPO stands for? Someone who's a cheapo. Okay, 2200 16s, and they are bigger, so this is going to be crowded. I might actually still be able to make this work if I get that chunk of glue out of there. There. I have so many power supplies to recap for various platforms, not just for audio equipment like this. And yes, I have considered, did I? Oh, that's going to be a fun one to do. What was I going to say? Oh, right. Okay, so I lifted the pad on that one side there, so I'll do it the hard way. Maybe I'll do more videos of me recapping power supplies, if you say so. Just ask down in the comments there whether or not you're enjoying this leisurely soldering job. And if not, that's alright, fine, we won't do that. Okay, and that's in there. I won't get to that other one yet, but now I know that's secure. And I got this little tiny one over here, which is U and U, I think? Hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this one doesn't have any traces on this side of the board. But it's out. And you are a 2263. Pretty sure I did not have that one available, so I got a 22100. Usually you can get away with going up a little bit more in the voltage, but it's actually going up or down in capacitance that you really can't do. On the flip side, I don't think I can get it into the... Oh, nope, just barely. All right. So that's just going to go in there. And that's that one. And is that all the caps in this thing? I think so. With the exception of that one, what I've already mentioned. I can't do anything about that. So, let's solder them in. There we go. And all right, now turn my iron off. That was 5 caps altogether. Alright, so supposedly that's it. I'm going to get these caps out of the way. I'm going to get all my other tools here out of the way, and I'm going to bring back the audio unit. And then I'm going to remember that I have to have the iron back on again because I got to solder this back together. And it's just a regular switch, so it doesn't matter which way this goes. Alright. Alright, so that's that. And goes there. And now I get to put all these lovely ground screws back in. Now before I tighten these ones here, I'm going to put this little bridge back in because alignment is important. Okay. And there's another one here. Okay, so this is either going to explode on me immediately here, or it might actually work, or it won't do anything at all. Who wants to do bets? And hey! See that? There it is, folks. All it took was 5 caps on the power supply, and it came right back up. Now it's waiting for Q-Mix here. There, and there we go. So we're all happy again. Perfect. Yep. So there we go. All it took was 5 caps and this relatively expensive Mark of the Unicorn 828 Mark III USB FireWire audio input-output module. Works perfectly again. Or I bet you these are going to become a problem at some point, but pulling that off is not part of the job today. Now I can look into the prospects of actually doing something with this. But I really hope you enjoy working on this little repair here. It turned out to be quite successful. And until next time in soldering land, have a good one.